Hi Capricorn, welcome to your May 2024 Astro Tarot with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, these readings are for your sun, moon and ascendant sign, but if you're only going to watch one, make sure it's for your ascendant. It's going to be that much more accurate for you on the day-to-day level. With that said, I am using whole sign tropical Western astrology for those of you that would like to know, and if I ever don't mention the dates or the degrees of a transit, etc., you'll be able to find all of that stuff in the description box below. Before we start, as always, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise. They help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So pop these to the side. The first transit that I want to look at is on the 1st of the month. Right out of the gate, Mars comes in at 0 degrees of Aries, right? So this is Mars being reborn or rebirthed in some way because it comes back into its own home sign. So it's starting the journey around the zodiac all from afresh, right? Now, this is coming into your 4th house. Mars coming into the 4th house can bring a little bit more friction to the home sector. And since you guys have been through the wars in that regard, already, because you've got the eclipses bouncing back and forth through your 4th and your 10th houses at the moment, that might not be welcome news, but what this is really good for is DIY. This is a great time to get really energetic, passionate and proactive about making your home the best that it can be. That's one of the things that I love about Mars transiting the 4th. It gives you the energy that you need to get the home sorted, settled and clean and clear physically. Like Venus likes to make things beautiful and so likes things sort of, well spaced and all the rest of it, but Mars is the utilitarian cleanliness, right? This might actually make you more proactive about sorting your emotional self as well, because remember the 4th house, it's your deep emotional makeup. It's who you are on that sort of really deep emotional level. Since Mars also rules your 11th house of future goals, plans, higher aspirations, goals, visions and dreams, this might see you get really serious about dealing with your traumas, your hurts in some way, shape or form, emotionally speaking. This could be some kind of real break that happens within your heritage or your history. This could be you sorting or sifting through that, and it's like your path forward or your future becomes that much clearer because you are clearer and more sort of settled emotionally. Some kind of relationship within the familial ties as well could potentially be shut down or released due to a fork in the road, right? There might be something that comes up at this time where you just think, you know what, this is where I break from a family member or, a specific place of origin. That's also possible. Some kind of tradition that my family have, that I've inherited from them. There could be you breaking away from something now. And I actually think in a lot of ways, this might be very good for you. So for this, you've got the Page of Pentacles, okay, with the Queen of Swords. So look, there are potentially going to be some tough conversations around home, property, family, real estate. And you've got this with the King of Swords. So first of all, what this tells me is a couple in your midst, so a set of, two people that are in a relationship together, maybe having a lot of conversations about moving, changing home, maybe changing their location as well. This also suggests that there's potentially some kind of challenge that arises around a home and property, or potentially even a family matter. The Queen of Swords is what we fight for, but the King of Swords is the paperwork, the documentation. So there looks to be a lot going on around or with family or property at this time, and it's stuff that unfortunately won't be able to be ignored. And because the Page of Pentacles is involved, there's a possibility that this does have a financial slant to it. What's interesting as well as Scorpio, the 11th house, is the gains that you get from your career or your business. All right, so I'll be intrigued to see how that one actually shows up for a lot of you. So on the 16th of May, Mercury is going to come into the sign of Taurus into your 5th house, right? Your 5th house is lit up like a Christmas tree right now. This is what we call in astrology a stellium, right? This is bringing conversations up around, certainly around your home and your property, not just home and property, sorry, because Mercury rules your 6th house of your physical health and vitality, and it also rules your 9th house of higher aspirations, and your 9th house of higher philosophies and wisdom, your spiritual beliefs, your connection to the cosmos, but it's also legal matters and proceedings, right? The 9th house is also travel. So it's possible that Mercury here might give rise to some conversations that you feel maybe have needed to be had for some time, right? This could be with or around children if you've got them, with that stellium energy there as well. It's like you want and need more passion in your life, and you might feel like you need to do something or, anything at this point. Just, like I need to feel again. I need to feel like I'm alive. I need to, I need to run. I need to roam. I need to do something, right? And what I love most about this stellium is there is a feeling about this of like there's a break in the spell of darkness, right? And there's been a few of these that have shown up for you over the last few months, but I feel like this is going to be a big one in some regard, right? Since Mercury also rules money, and the 5th house is also a very lucky space and it's lit up. This could be a personal business that does really, really well at this time. It could also be a lotto win. It could be some form of money or windfall that comes your way that really makes you smile. And it's like it comes about in a way that maybe you don't expect or that you didn't sort of know was going to shape up in this way. And because Mercury is a microphone, it's amplifying what's being said, what's being shared at this moment in time. It's helping a lot of these things come to the fore, right? Interesting stuff on the... For this, you've got the 10 of Wands, yeah. You've got the Knight of Wands and the Empress. I think a lot of you will be making travel plans at this time. I think a lot of you will be having some big conversations about where you want to travel to, where you want to go. I also think that there'll be probably big conversations around your work, your career at this time. There'll be a lot going on with that as well. And it's also possible that there could be big talks and conversations around other people's money, finances and resources. And if you add to this as well, the Knight of Wands, which is a travel card, and with the Empress, there's something here about a legacy. There's something here about a legacy that either hasn't been discussed or something that you were unaware of up until this moment. So, on the 19th, so that was on the 16th of the month, on the 19th of the month, Mars is going to conjunct the North Node in the sign of Aries in your 4th house at 14 degrees, right? This is a fated moment within the family. Something will expand and evolve here. And it's like, you might not expect this, right? Remember, the North Node has a very amplifying energy about it. It's very Jupiterian. This could be a development on the home front about a house or a home or where you live. It could also be a future plan around a home matter that suddenly is possible in a way that you really didn't expect. I think this could be quite lucky for a lot of you, and I think it might be something that in years from now, you come to look at it and you think, you know what, that was a great move, or actually that set my life or my path in a completely different trajectory. For this, you've got the 4 of Swords, so take your time with what comes up. You've got the King of Wands, okay. And you've got the Page of Cups. So it's possible. So the King of Wands is usually a fire sign male, but it's also about visibility. So it's like something here could come to light. And as and when it does, you get sort of very clear on what your path is, right? Like, especially when it relates to your home, your living situation. That 4 of Swords as well is asking you to take your time with it. Don't make any rash decisions here. And also, ask yourself, what do you feel about this? What is actually being shared with you, internally, right? And obviously, like I said earlier, that 4th house is your deep emotional self. So it's going to be a really good time to check in with how you feel about what is unfolding in front of you. So on the 26th of the month, Jupiter will come into the sign of Gemini. That's beginning a 12-month transit. It's coming into your 6th house, right? On top of that, it's going to conjunct Venus, and as if that wasn't enough, these are both going to trine Pluto in your 2nd house of money, finances, and resources. Now, Jupiter moving into the 6th can expand the waistline. Just going to tell you straight up, right? It can really increase weight gain, so watch out for this. Just warning you. One of the ways that this can happen, though, is through a pregnancy. All right, like if you're a woman in particular, you will expand because your body will expand when you are carrying a child. So it can also bring opportunities from or through your work in some regard. And remember, Jupiter rules your 12th house, and it also rules your 3rd house, right? So it's possible that this could be something from the past, some kind of good karma that shows up for you in your work life, and it brings fresh opportunities with it. You might get really into studying something around health and healing at this time. It could be as well a lot more in your favor in terms of like for the skills that you bring. So you could be getting more accolades, potentially more money, more resources, or more opportunities because of a special skill set that you have. I really like this because it's like I don't see you having to gain a new skill. It's like you're just getting the goods or the results or the rewards from having a skill. Now remember, Venus ruling your 5th house, pleasure, joy, romance, creativity, sex, sensuality, and your 10th house of career, your social status, they're getting a really nice boost here. And you're getting offers that really make a difference, that actually feel like they're worthy of you, your talents, your skills. How this transit sort of starts, I think, is very telling of what you're going to be getting a lot of over the next 12 months, right? How it goes is, and obviously this is in a trine to Pluto in your 2nd house. This is great for money and resources. This is a chance to make some real money and to spot or use opportunities to your advantage in some way. So I love this for you. For this, you've got the Emperor. So setting about establishing yourself in some way with the Justice card. This is a big contract. This is a big work contract. This is you walking through a big door when it comes to your work, when it comes to your profession. This is signing a big contract of some sort. It's you getting some kind of advancement that maybe you hadn't expected or didn't even realize was possible for you. I am loving this for you. I'm actually in awe of this for you, and I think it's going to bode very, very well for your future. Good things to come. I mean, look at this, right? This is big. Right, these are big cards, very big cards indeed. Okay. So if you would like to study tarot, if you want to spend 12 weeks with me, each class every week on a Sunday is like 3 hours long. On top of that, you get 5 bonus videos, 12 plus, there's more than that, PDFs. You're going to get live client demos, class practice. Trust me, I give you everything that you need over the course of these 12 weeks to really amplify your tarot reading, right? You want to learn to read tarot like me, or even if you want to take your own skills to that next level, this course is absolutely for you. It's the last time I'm going to run this course this year, and the next time I run it next year, the price will be going up. It's been the same price for nearly 4 years at this point, so at some point, right, it's got to go up, but it's the last one that I will run this year. So if you want to get yours, the link is in the description box below. Enrollment closes on the 30th of April, so this is your last shot. All right, so with that said, on the 8th of the month, we will have the Taurus new moon in your 5th house of pleasure, joy, romance, creativity, and all of that good stuff. And it's a really lovely Taurus new moon, I might add as well, right? It's a really lovely Taurus new moon. So for this, you have, wow, look at that. Right, the gate 55 and abundance, and this card literally, right, so this is in your 5th house. It's the gate 55, 3 times 5, 555. 3 5s in the tower represents determination, right? So you're able to turn this into something, and the message behind this card is not just about abundance on a material level. It's about knowing that the universe has your back and therefore will deliver what you need in order to achieve, experience, and to have abundance. So I love, love, love this for you. This is like guardian angel energy, which is why you've got the angel on the card. And then on the 23rd of the month, the sun will be in Gemini at that point. We will have the annual Sagittarius full moon. This is full moon in the 12th house. This is really highlighting to you where your self-sabotaging tendencies are coming from, what needs to be released. It's also potentially highlighting your need for rest, recuperation, and retreat. And it's also possibly highlighting to you what needs to be done in order to enhance or to support your own mental health at this point. And this new moon is at 2 degrees of Sag. For this, you've got the gate 19 and sensitivity. Pay attention to your nudges, your hunches, your dreams, especially your dreams at this time, because the full moon in the 12th is a very psychic making time. So the day before the 20, so let's say the 22nd through to the 25th of May, that is your time. Pay attention to your dreams, your nudges, all of those little psychic impressions that you get will be speaking very loud at this time. And this card isn't just about sensitivity as your superpower, it's also about true transformation, which is what happens when you acknowledge what your self-sabotaging tendencies are and how they trip you up. The other thing is as well, the 12th house is the house of hidden enemies. A full moon in your 12th house will literally highlight to you who your hidden enemies are if you have them. And sometimes those hidden enemies are our self-sabotaging tendencies and beliefs. All right? With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic month. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.